This is Umar for BoxNation in association with Global Next Trade. What a journey the boy's been on, Fabio Wardley.
It's been a bit of a wild ride, hasn't it, mate? Been a bit of a wild ride.
Unbelievable. Headline in the O2 on one of the biggest fights this year we've had in this country, for sure. And that's because you are now making that big jump. Look, you've had your David Adelaide's and Fraser Clark's, which actually were described as step-ups for you, not the other way around. But this is a whole different ballgame with Joseph Parker, Fabio.
Yeah, this is a whole different level, whole different category that I'm about to announce myself into. So, yeah, it comes with a bit more. But look, I'm loving it. I'm loving the ride. I picked out Joseph Parker name after that Justice Hooney fight. I thought, right, this is the time to really kick myself into them big leagues, and no better way to do it with what the Ring magazine says the second best heavyweight in the world.
Absolutely. I spoke to you when this fight was announced, just before actually, and I said to you, look, you have shown 10 out of 10 heart, 10 out of 10 chin, 10 out of 10 power. Now you want to bring that power element on Saturday night, but you don't want to be shipping shots like you were in the Justice Hooney fight. So even though you have got 10 out of 10 chin and heart, I'm sure you don't want to really display that at times on Saturday night. What adjustments would you say you have made in this camp, Fabio?
Yeah, look, there's no need to go into a fight with my chin out just because I know I can take a shot. There was obviously some areas that were flawed in the Justice Hooney fight that we had to work on and change and adjust. And look, we've paid attention to him. It's not just been about studying Parker and things he does wrong and all of that. It's been about looking at myself as well and what areas can we improve and can we adjust. So, yeah, it's been two sides to it really, but everything's gone to plan.
Although he's been in brilliant form, do you draw some confidence in the fact that he's only had 2 rounds in a year?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a factor. I think that's what maybe makes this fight so intriguing, is that there's a lot of factors for him, for me, however you want to play them off, and you can build a kind of a list of pros and cons for the pair of us. And only having 2 rounds, I think like 16, 17 months or something isn't...
Longer than a year.
Yeah, I think so. Someone tweeted or something the other day. So, yeah, look, it's not great. We know how dangerous ring rust can be. But that's not to say he's not been in the gym, he's not been training, not been sparring and things. And don't get me wrong, nothing replicates the ring on the night. But, yeah, look, it's a factor.
Do you also draw confidence from the fact that, look, he's an excellent boxer mover, got great speed, movement, but he can get clipped. We've seen that before. Zhang dropped him twice. If he is in that vulnerable position, you've got to just make sure that you nail him to the canvas. Essentially, that is your job on Saturday.
Yeah, look, my job's to look for the gaps and exploit them. And look, they are there. You've seen them in other fights, in the Zhang fight and other fights as well. He does get hit, does take a shot and does go down. Now, credit to him, don't get me wrong, he gets back up, but he does go down. So the point is to look, even when you're expecting him to get back up, stay composed, stay focused and stay in front of him.
Do you think there's a world as well that he comes out quick like he did against Bacoli? He might have done that because Bacoli was coming in late and was considerably out of shape. But do you think he could try and jump on you straight away? Maybe.
I think it's a bit of a risk. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm dangerous throughout a fight, but a fight is always their sharpest as soon as they get in the ring. So, yeah, it might be a bit of a risk for him. And maybe him, Andy Lee, the team, however, are going to play it a bit more strategic and kind of maybe try and wear me through for a few rounds and then work better from there, but we'll see.
Look, we know what's at stake here, and Alexander Usyk's team, his advisor, confirmed to the Ring magazine that Usyk wants to fight the winner early part of next year. So that's great for both of you and the winner ultimately on Saturday night. I did ask Joseph as well. He did make some comments about, I'll jump in with Moses Tam on December 13th. And I said, was that a throwaway comment? Was that just a bit of tongue in cheek? And he said, no, once I beat Fabio, I'll go in on December 13th. And I said, well, how was that going to work without... you're just going to go straight back into camp? And he said, yeah, no problem. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, look, it just shows where he's at mentally, how he feels he's at physically as well. And he feels like he's at probably the best he's been in peak condition, peak shape, and is ready to go out again. I know a lot of people are making it out like he's overlooking me or whatever else. And maybe not. Like, if he is, it works to my advantage. So I'm not too fussed.
Let me just play this with this clip, you can kind of gauge whether he's overlooking you or not. Just have a look. What's going to separate you and Fabio Wardley on Saturday night?
Skills pay the bills. We're at different levels. This camp, before this fight, we were able to trim down a bit. So I'm in fantastic shape, really good shape, probably the best shape I've ever been in my life.
Does that mean you're going to be the first man to stop Fabio Wardley?
I would like to be. I want to be. That'd be nice, right? It'd be nice to have that as the first person to stop him.
Do you think he just thinks he's above you, or is he's been, you know, confident with a good reason there, Joseph Parker?
Yeah, look, I think it's a mix. He's definitely confident, and he definitely thinks he's above me because I haven't got the names on my record that he has on his, and he's beat those guys, and he's coming off a good kind of trilogy of fights and things like that. So, yeah, look, it's not to take away that, like, you can't knock the man for having confidence about himself. I've got no issues with that, but all it does is make the win for me more sweeter and better.
I mean, you'd be beating the second best heavyweight in the world.
Yeah, but not a bad achievement.
So Derek Chisora has said that you will win this Saturday night.
I saw.
You saw that?
Yeah.
An interesting reaction to the post that Queensbury put out was from Lawrence Okoli. He said, "I can see myself stopping both of them in spectacular fashion." What do you make of Lawrence's post?
He's just a man looking for a fight. I think he's been toying at me for a while as well, asking about a fight, and
He's just had a fight announced today, actually,
has he?
in Lagos. Yeah,
Okay, who?
no opponent was there.
Oh, okay. So not a real fight then. Like, he's like, don't get me wrong, he's at the top end of the division. He should be in big fights of people of like worth, memory, people you know. So yeah, look, I think like, I don't know, I guess unfortunately for him, he's a bit in the club of like, who wants him? Like, why do you want to fight him? Like, what's the grab? What's the attention? It doesn't really do a lot for anyone's resume, record, or whatever else to go up against him and fight him. So yeah, I don't know what his next step is, what his plan is. Like, announcing a random fight with a nobody in Lagos, don't get me wrong, it's good to stay active, stay busy, but how's it pushing your career is the real question.
Okay. Well, I know someone's career is getting pushed this Saturday night with yourself and Joseph Parker. So tune in live on DAZN worldwide, obviously exclusively. Or if not, come and get your tickets to come down at the O2. It's a great boxing arena and it's a great heavyweight fight with guaranteed fireworks. Best of luck, Fabio Wardley.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
I am the avoided fighter in the heavyweight picture, and I back myself against any fighter out there.
I don't need to be perfect for 12 rounds. I just need to be perfect for that one moment.
I believe people avoid fighting me because I'm dangerous, and I have belief.
There's a lot on the line, there's a lot at stake. And someone's getting knocked out.
So let's get it on.
Knocking on the door for a world title. Incredible stuff. And it just takes one shot.